What's up, GQ? It's your boy DeAndre Hopkins, NFL wide receiver, and this is The Breakdown. Friday Night Lights.
You're just stepping aside and letting them walk in.
Pop, 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 pop. That's what I want. All of you around that ball.
I've had plenty of moments like that where coaches have called me out. Coaches are critical the most at halftime, usually at the beginning of halftime. They usually say what they have to say, not too long, and it's on the players to kind of huddle up and make that decision. If they want to go out, give in if they're losing, or play together as a team and fight, no matter what the scoreboard says.
We're gonna use our speed. We're gonna run Texas Power for 4.
What's wrong with y'all? Y'all play like some little girls. Y'all like y'all never played football before.
This is what I'm talking about. This is when great leaders step up and take it out the coach's hands. Because at the end of the day, the coaches can only call plays and put you in the best position they think for you to be successful, but it's on you to have that natural instinct to go out and make plays, to go out and playoff instinct. Right here is a prime example of a player taking that leadership role, letting the team know it's on us, it's not on the coaches. Coaches aren't yelling at you just to yell at you. And I think that's what separates some of the great players from the good players. The great players are able to listen and be told that they're not doing something right, no matter how it comes off, and understand that this coach has the best interests of the team. And obviously, whatever I'm doing, being yelled at, isn't up to par, isn't up to standard. My first coach in the NFL, Coach Jerry Rice, I was a rookie. I would do a lot of things that wasn't up to his standard, rightfully so. He's seen the best receiver in the NFL. He would compare certain things that I did to him. Did I think that was fair? No, I didn't. But he obviously seen something in me that I didn't see in myself, and he held me to a higher standard than I held myself at that time. And I'm forever grateful and thankful for that. Little Giants, classic.
Yeah! No mercy!
No ball.
This Little Giants trick play is one of the best trick plays of all time. Just saying. They're doing their best to keep their hopes alive, trying to trick the defense, and I think they were tricked. Obviously, they went for it. Keeping the ball alive the right way, not throwing it forward. That's a good example of real football right there. They have a lot of people that are misleading the defenses. Everybody had to do their role. Everybody had to act like they had the football, and they did a great job of it, of taking on the tackle. I salute the Little Giants. That's not easy to do, to sit there and take on a hit. When I was watching Little Giants, thought this was the coolest play ever, how they were throwing it backwards. And I remember I used to always want to try to run this play when I was in Recreation League. Keeping the ball alive is something that many people do. We actually practice it during the week. It's a real thing. You practice it in the off season, you practice it during training camp, you practice it in season. That one play right there is a real representation of a real life football play. Any given Sunday,
All right, listen up. We're gonna run left, deuce, zig, 22 town cat.
Are you all right?
Snap count. What's the snap count?
Beeman, would you make the call already?
You all right?
myself, I've never vomited. I felt like I wanted to vomit. My first game in the NFL, I was nervous until I had some players kind of come over to me and tell me certain things they did that first game. So I was thankful for Andre Johnson and Brian Cushing for kind of lightening, my load a little bit and letting me know it's not just on me, but they have my back as well. Him feeling like he needed to vomit and get that out, the jitters, that's part of the game. But everything slows down once you get going and get your feet wet. Having players around you, having teammates, having coaches like he had to let him know it's gonna be all right, calm down. But once he got it, Any Given Sunday is Any Given Sunday for a reason. Jamie and his teammate are fighting. I think that's something that obviously could divide a team, but also bring a team closer or bring two people closer. It's football. You're going to have your differences. You're going to go out and battle. You're going to fight. You're going to practice hard. But you have to know when to turn that off and to realize that you're on the same team. Most of the times I've seen it bring teams together and unite them when people get their differences out. Most of the time they put their ego down to the side and realize that it's not about them but the team. The longest yard.
To the big man, Turley. He's stopped by Lambert at the line for no gain. No, wait. The ball's picked up by Scarborough.
This right here is what you would call a trick play. Most of the time, they don't work, but let's see how this play out.
Touchdown!
As you can see, it worked. It was a touchdown. Usually when the other team has your number, you can't do anything. You can't move the ball, you can't score, you can't get a first down. So you gotta go to the tricks. This was a good trick play. I haven't seen this one before. Trick plays are definitely part of the game. I wish they were used more, but I could see why they're not, because a lot of them aren't successful. The trick play they used was legal. It was very realistic. The ball was on the ground, the guy covered up the ball. That play has been used before, but the person touching the ball, knee cannot be on the ground or that plays down. I don't think he was touching the ball. So this trick play is definitely legal, and I think this can be used. Starship Troopers. I've seen some quarterbacks do this multiple times. Been blessed to play with some great quarterbacks who are not just great throwers, but runners. Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray. This is realistic. I think quarterbacks can do this. I don't know what protective suit they had on, but I think Deshaun and Kyler might have had the same protective suit that these guys had on, because they definitely evaded 2 or 3 tacklers and threw me a touchdown. So. The front flip over the defense to get open. I mean, I have seen someone do a front flip and score a touchdown. I don't know if he's seen this movie and that gave him the idea to flip in the end zone. I remember watching the highlight. I wasn't part of the game, but it was one person, not 3. But us as athletes, I think that's doable as well.
Could you pull that out, do the flip and then the catch?
Maybe when I was 21, but the catch for sure, maybe a little spin move, but I've never been a flipper kind of guy, a little jealous. Remember the Titans, classic.
What we're gonna do is change it. We are changed. We're gonna change the way we run. We're gonna change the way we eat.
What coach is saying, we're gonna do everything as a team. We're gonna change the way we run, change the way we eat. This is all stuff that leads to a successful team. Doing things together, not just in the facility, but outside the facility. As everyone know who's seen this movie, they bonded, they did things outside of the practice field. They really brought them closer for success. It's a reality to now as well. A lot of guys have different things going on, different backgrounds, but when you're on one team, you have to be one. And the drills that they're doing, they're tough, but you have to depend on the person beside you to be successful in those drills. And it really makes you realize that no matter where you come from or what background you're in, you're gonna get judged. And if you don't do that drill with the person beside you right, all of y'all are running together. People still to this day, you do certain things like that for you to hold your teammate accountable.
All right, listen, you ready to run?
Yes, sir.
Fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse. You got that? Fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse like your life depended upon it. Let's go. Let's go.
He's telling the quarterback, run this play like your life depend on it. That's the reality of it. Some people's jobs, some people's lives depend on one play. That's real football, that's real life, especially in the NFL. People have families. One person's job can dictate what happens that year or after. For him to tell the player, run this play like your life depends on it, is a reality of football. That play right there is one of the best plays in any football movie, because that was actually based off real events right there. Somewhat of a desperate last play, Hail Mary kind of situation. I've been in one of those plays before in my time. Couple seconds left. Basically, coach called a play and told us to run the play like our life depended on it. I told Kyler, whatever he do, just give me a chance, throw the ball up. He found a way to find me in the end zone. I can relate to this Remember the Titans last desperado play that led into a touchdown. Jerry Maguire.
No. Show you the money. Not show you. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah. Show me the money. That's it, brother. You got to yell that shit. Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
This is a player and his agent going back and forth. He's telling his agent, basically, go give me the money, show me the money. I think that's a real representation of how athletes go about business. I wouldn't say we go about it like that, by telling our agent to show us the money. When you're good, you get paid well, that's the name of the game. This celebration right here will definitely get you fined a couple $1,000, so don't try this at home. or in the game. Some people say the NFL is a no fun league. I think it's fun. We still have a lot of fun. We still find ways to celebrate. Don't try the celebration. Don't take your helmet off or it will get you fined a lot of money. He showed them that he was worth the money. And myself, I like to celebrate. I like to celebrate with my mom. When she's sitting in the first row, I like to give her a football. That's just a little tradition we have. Or sometimes I like to do my yoga pose, something that I've been doing for a long time. Actually got it from Arian Foster. I dedicate that one to Arian. Namaste. Rudy.
What are you doing, huh?
This is something that you learn young, how to practice the right way. Sometimes practicing and going out and killing your teammates, cheap shotting teammates, doesn't turn over to having success in the game. With the right coaches, with the right people around you, they'll teach you how to practice the right way in a safe way. Because you always want to protect your teammates. You want to practice hard, but everybody's on the same team. In Rudy's situation, it was for him how to turn that over into real life, how to take that into the game. But he always had the motor, had the engine to go hard, and that's something that you want in any player, but you want to protect each other. And I think for Rudy, being small, being the guy in his situation, not being the star player, he has something to prove. There's a lot of people like that. They're not the guy on the team that is getting all the attention, but still, you have to protect each other. And I think for Rudy, he was the underdog. He felt like he needed to go hard every play. Having the right teammates around him to call him out is sometimes the best situation. Sometimes people need to tell you about yourself. Obviously, that led to Notre Dame's success of Rudy figuring out how to turn his practice habits into playing habits. Leatherheads.
17, 32, 24, height.
I'm happy the game has evolved from wearing these what you call helmets. It's not a helmet, it's not protective. And I think a lot of guys were concussed, had a lot of injuries, a lot of broken noses, which led to the face mask. And for myself, I wear certain things. I wear slimmer shoulder pads because I need to be able to expand my arms. But for me, being a guy that can get out of bounds or dodge certain tackles, it works for me.
Height.
First, as a kicker, you should always take more steps than just one, or that's the result, kicking in the back of your own teammates. And this is the biggest kicker I've ever seen. I don't know how he got to that position, but I'm interested to see.
You stand over here next to him, and you hit anybody that comes near him. Anybody that comes near him.
I like that they changed his position from kicker to fullback. It makes sense. You want to have a bigger guy at fullback blocking for the running back to open up the hole. Playing certain positions, there's certain, I would say, measurements that you should be at. Me being a slimmer guy, playing receiver, and I'm happy that his team put him in the right position for them to win. That's what you don't do as an NFL player, because you will get a hefty fine fighting on the field. Thank y'all for watching these clips with me. I'll catch y'all next time.